Our first storyteller will be Susan Larkin. Susan Larkin is a singer, songwriter, author, and co-founder of the Got Crayons program. Hey, all right, who said it? Don't be afraid, just shout out. Hey! Encourages grown-ups to renew their spirit through coloring with crayons. She has released a CD of her original songs called So Susan, and performs as part of the duo Women of an Uncertain Age with Kenosha Poet Laureate Jean Preston. Would Jean stand up? Wow, this is truly an honor. So if Susan is ready, let's give her a nice round of applause.
Thank you. I've been writing all my life. And once I wrote a song about the fact that I'm writing all the time is that I'm just keeping track of my life as it comes. It's about stories. We'll start off tonight with this. I told a lot of stories during my time. My life's become an open book with easy rhyme. Just keeping track of my life's a steady beat. If I get in trouble, I can take the heat. I don't keep lots of secrets from people, it's true. I look around, why cover up, there's nothing that's new. We're all connected somehow, you gotta admit. Talked to God just last night and he says, yeah, that's it. Told a lot of stories during my time. My life's become an open book with easy rhyme. Just keeping track of my life's a steady beat. If I get in trouble, I can take the heat. I live my life the way I do, can't do it alone. I get into tomorrow when it's almost come. Just looking for the open door, Felicita. Oh, a lot of what I got to pure faith above. But I didn't come here tonight to sing. I came here tonight to tell a story. It was only when I remembered I had a song about stories that it seemed logical to sing a song about stories. But that's all over now. The story I'm going to share is called Lost and Found. It has 3 parts. Part 1, 1949, an Irish immigrant neighborhood in Chicago. It's New Year's, and 2 years after the bells had tolled for January 1st, 1950, an unknown person dropped an unknown baby outside the doors at Southtown Hospital on 57th and Wood in Chicago. It was about 2 in the morning. It was cold. Little baby was found by a Dr. Lloyd Wright, it was said in the newspapers. Dr. Lloyd Wright brought the baby inside. The baby was dressed in a diaper and a blue slip and a white dress. And it was wrapped in a little pink blanket. And when Dr. Lloyd brought the baby inside, Nurse Irene Mackey, who was on duty that night, got a phone call. It was a woman's voice. The woman said, "Did you find the baby?" When she said yes, the caller hung up. Was never heard from again. The next morning in the Chicago Tribune, much ado about the babies who were born, the first babies of the decade, and much ado in the Chicago Sun-Times of who would be the first babies. And indeed, the first babies were pictured in that newspaper. But beneath them, in the Chicago Tribune, there was a picture of the little baby held by Nurse Irene Mackey, and it said, "First waif of the decade." Oh. Now, the Chicago Sun-Times said first abandonment of the year. Oh. Now, it turns out that the baby was then taken to St. Vincent's, where it was baptized, by the Daughters of Charity. It was named Genevieve Town. It is thought that Genevieve was perhaps after St. Genevieve, the Catholic organization. Perhaps Town was for Southtown Hospital. They waited about 5 months, as was the typical period of time, to hope or perhaps search for the mother or whoever had dropped off the baby. But the information about the birth of the mother, who helped the birth of the mother, because the baby was clearly not born at a hospital, the baby was brought to a hospital. Who dressed the baby? Who dropped the baby off? Things we'll never know. Part 2. It's 1969. It's a north suburb of Chicago. And it's the night, July 21st, that the man stepped on the moon for the first time. And a 19-year-old girl was timing her labor pains. She was sitting with the family that she'd been an au pair for all that summer. By early morning, she gave birth to a little girl, brought that baby out, brought that baby into the world at St. Francis Hospital in Evanston. Now, it was said that the baby's parents, adoptive parents, were waiting for that baby. The girl had decided way before that never to hold her own daughter because she knew if she did, the boundaries would be crossed and she would never be able to let her go. So that baby was adopted. Now it's Mother's Day, Part 3, 2001. That baby and that daughter. Wait, this isn't a fiction story. This is my story. I'm the baby, and I'm the 19-year-old. It's 2001, and my daughter, who was 32 years old, had been looking for me for years. And when she found me through the Cradle Association in Chicago, she wrote me a letter that said, "Since you made the sacrifice you did nearly 32 years ago, I've had an amazing life." She wanted to meet me just to tell me she loved me. Now, I had grown up my whole life knowing that I could run into my daughter or my mother anywhere. I'd grown rather proud about that. I'd grown rather courageous, rather bold. How interesting it was to be so unknown and so unfound. And yet, when my daughter and I met, I at 51 and she at 32, it turns out we had a lot in common. We had both been brought up as only children. We had both been brought up to know we were adopted from the very beginning. She kept journals, as I have, for her whole life. She was a singer. She played piano. She played guitar. Our handwriting matched. It was uncanny. It was almost as though we were twins or something, or sisters, that were just meeting for the first time. By her having the courage to find me, to look for me, I was found again. Now, I share this story tonight because there are adopted people everywhere that we will never ever recognize as being adopted. And we've all either had a mother or been a mother, or certainly been a child. I believe with all my heart that we are on the path we're supposed to be on. I believe that the journeys that we follow are the journeys we're meant to go. There has to be grace. There has to be forgiveness. And we all make it. And it all does work out. When I was an artist in residence in the schools of Oklahoma, all the children were many, many races. And I used to sing this song. It was a snap-along. You can snap along with me if you like. I'd prefer it if you did. I come from Illinois, where the soil is black, but I do not know the tribe of my people. Choctaw, Chickasaw, Cherokee, or Irish. I do not know the tribe of my people. My eyes are blue, like the sky and like the sea. My skin is lightly freckled by the sun. But I do not know the tribe of my people. Choctaw, Chickasaw, Cherokee, or Irish come from Illinois, where the soil is black. Thank you.